each door named after a wizard of renown. The annals must be behind Karsus' door. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Is trapped. A book on Netherese magic. Gale may like to know. what's past this.
breeds madness.
No time to dally.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
That might be worth a look.
Welcome back. Let your knowledge... Welcome back to...
Leroican's illusion is blissfully unaware of its caster's demise, but remains bound to its duties.
To learn more about the search for the Night Song, say, Night Song.
Interest you in a copy of our... Have a gander at that.
Not a word on all the thefts and murders happening right on our doorstep.
One day. Not
Is in this part of town.
I wouldn't say I'm certain, just optimistic.
We're lost, aren't we?
Stop! What are you do? Do not worry, and I don't hurt my friends.
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Are many children old enough? If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, unkillable Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him. A little less impressive as revelations go. You'll forgive the spying, I hope. The Guild keeps watch for anyone of interest passing through our gates. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends. I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. You've been seen with a certain Harper. Grey of hair, somewhat spiky of manner. One of the things I like about Jaheira, for all her Harper wiles, she's not much of a liar. You're a little better. I need to speak with her. She's still getting the lay of the land, I expect. I have information that might help with that. So, remind her to pay an old friend a visit, would you? I live to serve. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying. I had no intention of leaving my city in the Dead Three's hands. Definitely not leaving it to some slimy shit that doesn't even have hands. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything? Oh, did you enjoy the encounter? I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly. So I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose. You have. But don't be so quick to bat away a helping hand. You find few enough of them in this city. The Flaming Fist can be bought. The Harpers are scattered, and the Parliament of Peers, well, they're just generally too inbred to be useful. The Absolute's at our gate, and the Guild are the only ones truly standing against it. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. The leader of some new crew that's intent on paining my arse. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting. Doesn't matter. Whatever god the prick prays to, I'll send him to meet it soon enough. Which part? The Stone Lords hollowed this place out. Half my crews are fled. Orin's Faceless try to pierce my ranks every day. While Gortash's toy soldiers, when the Absolute's army arrives to wage war on the city, our best hope is to make sure they have no leaders in here willing to open the gates for them. We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was, I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The Guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back. Thieves, frauds, and miscreants. If it's just the watch warrants. The Guild isn't any one thing. We're everything. All the parts of the city the Watch don't want seen, so they push us to the far side of their law. But it's not the Watch that keeps the peace, or gives justice to any Baldurian who asks, whether they can pay for it or not. It's us. If we take a little tribute in return, or tie strings of service to those we help, well, what of it? So long as we're working as one, it all runs quick, quiet, and clean. Clean water, filthy riches, and everything in between. We're citizens of the city. Right now, I'll settle for taking our city back. All hail the Absolute's worst nightmare. I need to see Jaheira. Just so happens, knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. but let's say we'll put it on.
Can't afford to stay idle. Looking ahead.
The dog wags his tail. A small bag he gives in and surrenders his find to you.
The Annals of Karsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Karsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page. Devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The crown of Karsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood. Not exactly. It was what he did with it that sealed his fate, and, for a time, that of magic itself. The crown was merely the means. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it. To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them. Some gods may delude themselves into believing they care about their worshippers. But when it comes down to it, we're all expendable. Children to be appeased, not respected. I worshipped Mystra loyally for years, and in that time she granted me the barest sliver of the power I was ready to wield. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mystra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor. Neither of us can know what truly may be if we don't at least try. Potential is nothing in itself. Just a fleeting dream unless we drag it into the waking world. Please, at least think on it. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacks some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mystra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things. Long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it. I see. I suppose I am asking you to take a leap of faith even the most loyal of companions might struggle to land gracefully. Spent so long feeling inferior, shut out from my destiny over such a simple act of youthful enthusiasm. Perhaps I got carried away with the thought this crown could give me back what Mystra took. Cure me, even. You're right. There aren't many wizards who'd care to be mentioned in the same breath as him, or his... Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged. A devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the... Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there? So, you have learned the truth of the enemy we face. The very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mystra asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
I'm curious enough to make the attempt.
Perhaps... Perhaps that should have been your mission right from the start. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will...
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, we could be... This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. Oh.
That pointy-headed old fart talks too much. But he has also moved mountains, walked between plains. If he still believes in Gale, the boy should not be overly concerned what his ladylove thinks. Goddess or no. Ha. The Guildmaster wishes to see us, does she? Better we call on her home than she on ours. Lead, then.
All hail the Absolute's worst nightmare. How can I help you in your war today? All hail the Absolute... I need to see Jaheira. Just so happens, knowing what I know usually comes at a cost.
Yes? Ask it. Flattered as I am, you're fully supported as it is. At your command.
You owe me a gold piece, grandmother. When I heard you died out in the wilderness, I made an offering at Kellenvor's well.
Of gold? Oh, I did not know I meant so much to you, Guildmaster.
No, I'm terribly sentimental. Case in point, I've just let a harper walk through my guild hall, noticeably unholed, and with a familiar face in tow.
This is the one who saved my life. So really, They owe you your gold piece. But we can settle debts later, Nine Fingers. For now, we need help. We're searching for Minsk of Rashomon.
A big name, that. Such information does not come cheap, High Harper. Not in normal times. Of course. Seeing as these are not normal times, and we're all such good friends, I'll do better than tell you where he is. I'm bringing him here as we speak. Or parts of him, at least. I gave no orders about the condition.
What treachery is this, Nine Fingers? Have you thrown in with the Absolute too?
Against my own city. Careful. You're in very real danger of hurting my feelings. It's Minsk who's found his faith with Faerun's newest god. And a new name with it. Stone
Lies.
It should. My people speak it in the same breath as Saravok and Demogorgon. But he's just another upstart. In his short reign, the Stone Lord and his crew have earned a reputation. Pure brutality. No survivors. And where he mows my people down, this ripe little cult takes root. But not for much longer. We have word on where he plans to hit next. And he'll find us ready to hit back this time.
Nine Fingers. Estelle. Call off your ambush. Tell us where he is, and...
We? I heard what happened to your Harpers, Jaheira. I'm sorry, but this fight's too big for you alone. If you're half the friend you're posing as, you'll tell her that her part in this is... The Stone Lord's fate is sealed. We have a bigger war to fight. I'd rather turn our talk to that, but if you need a moment, Jaheira, well, you've earned that much. Might just leave well enough alone. It would be a shame for the city to lose two of its heroes.
There's little point in pressing Nine, but we swore no vows. She won't tell us where to find Minsk? Someone else in her guild hall will. I suppose we must greet the local wildlife. These days, they have nothing but the Stone Lord to talk about. Yes?
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
You were seen stealing. Resolving this peacefully, well, what was taken is free to be reclaimed.
Don't mind the lady's court.
Bare hands.
Tempers are rising.
A charm, of course.
No distractions, mate. Nine Fingers has me watching over Pierre Priss here. Wants a
You did not see me. A peer of the Parliament openly walking the Guildhall would sell a few copies of Baldur's Mouth, I expect.
Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer? Around here, silence is golden, mate. Best remember that. Now, beverages of distinction, or in some cases, extinction, if you ain't careful. How you feeling today? Lucky?
What's the point in paying the guild for protection when they've pulled back on...
Careful around the Steel Watch. The old guard gave thieves a slap on the wrist.
It's Uktar you want. Old...
You are not known to me. For supplies, I am Uktar, duly elected guild bursar, and I will...
Oh, is that what Nine Fingers was doing earlier? Wasting guild time with this...
You might say so. I could not possibly comment.
I sense there is no love lost between the two of you.
I need not love to serve. You have a point you wish to make? I have not come so far by indulging in petty disputes. But I am open to transactions of mutual benefit. I am interested in gaining access to vaults beneath the counting house. I'd pay well for keys to those vaults, provided said vaults are not emptied prematurely, of course. I suspect that what you seek might also be found beneath the counting house. I tell you this only as a matter of mutual interest.
She plans to ambush Minsk at the counting house. But what the hells would he want there?
What you do with that information is a matter for yourself. Now, back to the vault keys. Do we have business to conduct? The Great Wizard. I will be interested to see what manner of curiosities then our business is done. Uktar, Bursar, if we have business, speak. Guild time is too precious to waste.
Urkta, 11th month of the year, more commonly known as the Rotting, a time in which all things decay and die.
Have you made an acquisition? Until you... Still here? Ukta, Bursa, if we have business, speak. I do not hand out loan, specifically the acquisition of vault keys. The wealthy squirrel their riches away in the city's counting house, where it gathers dust, serving no one. I acquire keys and allow these funds to circulate, like lifeblood in a healthy body. Everyone benefits, particularly those who bring me such keys. So, are you wasting my time, or do you seek to benefit? Have you made an acquisition?
Your eyes are going to want to wander all over this gold. Just make sure it stops.
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But, Toss, it isn't half bad, is it? I'm sure you understand there's only room for one bard here. But I'll let you know...
Huh. You look rather more refined than the usual thugs walking these halls. My name is Oscar Fevras, though my stardom has waned somewhat recently, but I was once fated as one of the city's most promising... These days, my oeuvre is... In fact, you're fortunate to have caught me just now. I have a rather special piece that's become... I assure you, it's identical to the original, down to the finest brushstroke. A fine piece to hang on the wall of anyone you decide to sell it to. We had a very interested party out in Waterdeep who, shall we say, commissioned the piece. I hear parts of her have washed up as far away as Neverwinter.
You can get near anywhere in the city from here without seeing daylight.
Shadowheart, you should know, Paconia was not half so heartless as she liked to appear.
I knew her well enough. You might have traveled with her for a time, but she trained me. What's your point?
Only that I find it hard to believe that she could have raised you and felt nothing for you.
Perhaps she took some pride in her work, forming me to Shah's liking. She certainly relished wielding the rod. But who knows? Perhaps someone else made her that way, as she tried to do to me.
You see an altar dedicated to Mystra. Mystra, mother of all magic, is the patron of wizards, and often your studies of religion don't suffice to tell you more.
Sounds like we're not the only ones tracking down this Minsk fellow. Let's hope Nine Fingers' bounty doesn't attract... Of course!
Minsk is the... Voss has done his duty. We must find our way to the House of Hope, and when we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use the... You're full up. Dismiss someone first. Ready for battle.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mistra, goddess of the weave, mother of...
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic. It sets your teeth on edge.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mistra, wherever she may be.
Your goddess calls. Serve her or denounce her as you will, but you cannot ignore her.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mistra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than my omnipotent... I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. Oh, that hardly matters. There's not much further I could fall in Mistra's estimation. But I'd like to at least leave her with something to think about. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. The summoning channel Mistra has provided is one only I can enter. No matter how much I prefer not to face her alone. You'd make a fine three-dragon anti-player, you know? I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of three-dragon ante. I'll let Mistress show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite Weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite Weave.
You can no more control the Karsite Weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on. As you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Shield our people from the depredations of the absolute heretics.
Bless them with the strength to endure, and the courage to resist. So may it be.
The Absolute should be a thing of the past, and I with it. Yet, at the risk of angering Mystra further, I'm glad it didn't come to that, given what has come to light. The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. And I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature, it might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but you'll have to forgive my eagerness. But if my suspicions prove to hold water, how can I help?
I wouldn't mind doing a little shopping in the city.
Same. I think I may have overdone it with the black and purple for, oh, my entire life.
Oh, do you actually want one? Sorry, cut.
That has begun to its fullest degree. We must here, striding among us. Her power waxes.
I was born in a bathtub. You don't want none of this.
It's not what it looks like.
It's not much, but handing out leftovers.
On the move.
I'm heating up. Moving.
Never a dull moment. Here we go again. Fall, damn you.
Watch this.
I won't give in.
Can't afford to let up.
Hairy-hearted whoreson.
Let's go.
push my luck again.
My faith will protect me.
Festering bubo!
Getting close. The wine cellar. There's a hidden door that leads further in. The mechanism to open it is somewhere among the wine racks. On the other side, you'll find a passageway, known only to those invited to do business.
Planet's been awakened. Vlaakith's forces are near.
Get Yankee. Vlaakith has found us. Get rid of them, quickly.
In the meantime, every brick out. We must find evidence of its whereabouts.
Let's see what this does.
That might be worth a look.
My own home. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact.
What's that?
A recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine. When I had need of meals like that. An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me now.
That's curious.
The chains I use to buy my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could. There she is, in all her glory. Duke Belin Stelmane, my old partner. My cutlery set, a gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still.
What do we have here? That's curious.
My old wardrobe. The home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be, and so appearances matter. A keepsake for my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
Something over there.
My old sword. My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it. Rascal's collar. My poor four-legged friend. Their lives are so brief, so simple, and yet full.
carefully now. Breathe deep and move.
Lae'zel, glad you could join us. The Kithraki have spread word of that artifact that you carry. Tell me, Lae'zel of Kalir, what reward do you think the Astral Prism will fetch once I pluck it from your corpse and present it to Vlaakith? What honors, what riches will the Undying Queen grant me when I hand her the failed prince?
Stand down. I protect the prism on our queen's behalf.
The Undying Queen cares not for who delivers her the prism and the traitor prince within. All that matters is that it is delivered. The false heir's head will make a fine trophy for Vlaakith. As for you, I will leave nothing behind but meat and shattered bone. Damnable whelp. For 1,000... And you, Lae'zel, a child, an unascended, would snap... You may keep your head. But I will yet be exalted. I will yet see my... Vlaakith Sivim Hrath...
Seems simple enough.
Hey, smart stuff. I'm Willoughby, the comedian. And we got a little contest here called the Laugh Riot. You want to play along? Great! I'll go first to show you. Hello, Baldurians! You know, I wouldn't be here tonight, except my wife ran off with a cambion. That's right. I got fiends. We used to have a drow comedian. I had to ask her to stop casting Tasha's hideous laughter on the audience. Then I asked her how many drow it takes to light a torch. So I killed her.
The elf song patrons think that one's funny.
Your turn, smart stuff. Knock 'em dead, but not literally. Got me? Got me with an ancient jest that's older than I am. Didn't I tell this joke already? Don't joke.
A single person applauds from...
Sorry, smart stuff. No joy for you. What'd you get if you cross an owlbear with a bugbear? Another triumph. Another triumph.
Okay.
You know why it isn't right?
My father won again. He always wins.
Yeah.
You like this kind of thing?
You're a big disappointment.
Oh.
Dice of Timora. What an embarrassment. The old elf.
This guy is...
A gnome on a windmill.
I don't blame you. It looks like I'll be making for next time.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you for? Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Berlin's step. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murdered, at least, I hope.
Stellmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Bollocks! I told those idiots not to let him... You! Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good. An adventurer? Fantastic. We don't have enough of those in Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her.
Why not? Nice.
Very nice. Correct on most counts. Here's all I found. The Duke was paralyzed by poison. Absolutist symbols scrawled on the floor in blood. The symbol's the bit that bothers most. You use poison when you want to get away with murder. So why leave a symbol at the scene of the crime? Doesn't make any sense. And the removal of the hand. I've a theory, but... Oh, well, you're a civilian. That one will be for me to follow up. I've been working on an assignment. A side project of sorts. I think the removal of the corpses without hands are showing up all over the city. Together with dioramas of death and murder. The brutality of it. The unnecessary brutality. My theory is that it's got something to do with... The higher-ups don't want to hear that, of course. The last thing they need is... I'd follow up myself. But while this uniform gets me into certain places, it keeps me out of others. Especially places that don't want to be found. Perfect. Unofficially, mind. As far as the higher-ups are concerned. Report back to me if you find anything. And... Well, have you found anything? Get back to it, then! None of this makes sense. To take the hand is strange. To take nothing else is even stranger.
Blooded ring. Guess the killer didn't want jewelry.
Which is troubling, to say the least.
I wonder if any of these rooms are available to rent.
Look at us! We made it to the city! We made it to the Elf Song Tavern!
Larissa lets me practice up here when she's on shift downstairs. But you... I have a bone to pick with you, oh brave adventurer. Big trouble. The most trouble. I've decided I'm not going to perform in the elf song. Mainly because only the elf song itself is allowed to... I'm going to open up a school of bards. The best in the realms. And it's because of you that I dared to dream big enough. You're going to make me cry. Here. My very first lute. Tuned to perfection. Take care, my friend.
Well, well, look what the... Can't believe we both made it to the city, and with our limbs attached. We did, didn't we? Never thought I'd begrudge being alive. Alas, I've got nothing in my pockets but lint and disappointment. Back in the Grove, I'd have taken you up on that. But my situation has changed somewhat. So how about this? Alan puts swill in the bottles, but I know where he keeps the good stuff. Here. I need to get back to work before Alan throws a fit. But heading to the roof. Sort your own drinks in the meantime.
This was brewed with my barley.
How's your shift going?
A rich arsehole sent his drink back 3 times. So I spat in his last one. Ah, you found my hiding spot.
Larissa, I'd be more than happy to help you.
No, focus on your music. Besides, I'll be living a life of luxury when your school takes off. Right?
Larissa!
All right. The hero and I will stop it.
I was thinking I could do some busking.
No need. I picked up some extra dips.
Okay, well, this is a thing. I don't think it's going to be good, is it? But...
Hello, old friend. Oh, so I assume a worried man, a playwright who lost the will to write. Hello, old friend. Oh, so I...
Welcome, traveller. Remember, this ain't the blushing mermaid. It's the elf song. So behave yourself.
Oh, you can tell all sorts with technology these days.
You've got to talk to the locals if you want the true story about Stelmane's death.
Karlak? Would be a lot better if you'd find a way.
I haven't stopped trying, but all roads lead to it.
Never mind. Glad you're all right in any case.
Best I've had in years. Mistress of the house lets me operate from here for a fair price. I'd be
Good. Someone should be.
Certainly.
Jeez. Ugh. Nice.
Shout if you need anything else.
So you can't fix her? Hey.
Not everyone subscribes.
Hey, I just tried the door.
Grief is hard. Let flowers say what words never can. One more time. Come on. Would Sarah like some flowers? They do a wonder at brightening up a grave. I bring fresh ones to my husband's every few days. Of course. Come back anytime. Flowers, every color of the rainbow, right here.
Keep a lookout. The Mortark don't take kindly to raising the dead, but I won't be long, I promise. My big brother, Garrett. He got killed by that murderer guy. But I'm gonna... Exorde me, Merkel! Resuscita
The air crackles with power before...
You're close, Merkel! I can feel your shadow! Give my brother back, please! The Mortark said the same thing. Fine, I won't. It's not fair, Garrett. Why was it you?
Brighten up a loved one's grave with a food.
Hey, my folks are buried here. I'd love to pay them a visit. All right, what now?
Beats.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Beats.
Trap. Be cautious. Trap. Be cautious. a long road ahead. Something over there.
Brave and loyal Rocky, who saved his master from an ambush. Fearless Gordis, who would chase any prey and helped bring in our greatest trophies. Chief Houndmaster Paul, who trained our pack to perfection.
A young cave bear, killed and stuffed before its teeth were fully grown.
Ouch. Ugh. Yeah, sorry.
I'd have to be a lot smaller to squeeze in there.
Yeah, because my last save was way too far away. I'm just gonna let. Oh, wait. Okay. Withers.
shall be here in thy camp, for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Where did you go? Why are you not saying?
Thou walkest alone. On all these harsh nights, thou hast sought no company. Love is no domain of mine, but it is often cited as the purpose, and thus...
I don't care.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Then thou must return. This is the price of balance. Well, can... Him from the archives. Rise.
Come on, Withers.
Let's move.
Books. Okay. Yeah, I'm good for now. Let's go ahead. Save it. Call it. Alright. I'm out.